Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak English Podcast. I'm David, and I'm here again with my co-host and friend, Sarah.
Hi, David, and hello to all of our amazing listeners. I'm really happy to be here today and excited about what we're going to talk about.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever studied English for months or even years, but when it's time to speak, your mind just freezes? You know the words, you understand what people say, but when you try to talk, nothing comes out. Sound familiar?
It happens to so many learners, and if it happens to you, don't worry. Today we're going to explain exactly why speaking English feels so hard, and more importantly, what you can do to change that.
So stay with us, because by the end of this episode, you'll understand the hidden reasons behind this difficulty, and you'll leave with simple, powerful ways to improve your speaking.
And hey, if you're serious about improving your English, do yourself a favor. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. These small steps tell your brain, this matters. And that mindset can change everything.
Ready to find out what's really stopping you from speaking confidently in English? Let's dive in. Speaking English feels difficult for many learners, not because they haven't studied enough, but because speaking is a completely different skill from reading, writing, or listening. It requires you to recall information and build sentences in real time under pressure.
Exactly. When you're speaking, you don't have time to pause and think deeply about grammar rules or search for the perfect word. Your brain has to produce language instantly, and that can feel overwhelming, especially if you're afraid of making mistakes.
And here's something important. Many learners spend years focusing on grammar exercises, vocabulary lists, and reading texts, but very little time actually practicing speaking. So, when they try to speak, their brain isn't trained to respond quickly.
That's right. Imagine trying to play a song on the piano that you've only seen written on paper but never practiced with your hands. That's what happens with English when you've studied the language but haven't trained your mouth and brain to speak it fluently.
Another reason it feels hard is that people expect themselves to speak perfectly from the beginning. This creates anxiety, and that anxiety blocks your ability to think clearly. The more pressure you feel, the harder it becomes to say even simple things.
And let's not forget, many learners are constantly translating in their heads. They think of the idea in their own language, then try to convert it to English. This process is slow and creates confusion, making speaking feel more difficult than it really is.
What's happening here is a mismatch between what you've trained and what you expect. You've trained for reading and listening, but expect to speak smoothly without practicing that specific skill. That's like running a marathon without ever training to run.
So the challenge isn't about how much English you know. It's about how you've practiced. If you haven't trained your brain to build sentences automatically and speak without hesitation, it's natural that speaking feels frustrating or even impossible.
Let's do a quick demonstration. I'll say a sentence slowly. I need to buy some food after work. Now, if you only read that sentence, it feels easy. But try to say it out loud right now, without reading it. Can you remember the structure without looking?
If your brain isn't used to producing this kind of sentence on demand, you might hesitate or forget parts of it. That's totally normal. Most learners recognize the sentence when they hear it, but can't say it smoothly unless they've practiced speaking it aloud.
Now imagine you hear a question like, "What do you usually eat for lunch?" Many learners understand the question easily, but when it's time to answer, They freeze or say something super short like rice. That's a sign you're speaking. Muscle needs training.
A great way to practice is to take that question. What do you usually eat for lunch? And practice full, simple answers out loud. I usually eat a sandwich and drink orange juice. Repeat it, change it, say it again. That's how you build fluency naturally.
This kind of speaking practice isn't about being perfect. It's about getting your brain and mouth used to building real sentences in real time. The more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. And that's exactly what fluent speakers rely on every day.
And the best part? You can do this on your own. You don't need a partner or a teacher. You just need to ask yourself easy questions and answer out loud. Start with topics you know well, like food, daily routines, or your favorite things. Keep it simple.
One small change you can try today is this. After watching this episode, pause and say out loud 3 full sentences about your day. Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is to speak without stopping. That's what builds confidence and automatic recall.
It may feel strange at first, but it gets easier quickly. Just like learning to ride a bike, your brain needs repetition. The more you repeat these speaking moments out loud, the more fluent you become, even if you're practicing alone at home.
When you start practicing speaking regularly, even in small doses, your confidence grows fast. You stop doubting yourself, and you begin to feel more in control of your English. That feeling of being in control makes everything else feel easier and more fun.
One amazing benefit is that you begin to think in English without realizing it. The more you practice forming full sentences, the less you depend on your native language. That means fewer pauses, fewer doubts, and a much smoother, more natural way of speaking.
Practicing also helps you build muscle memory. Your brain and mouth get used to working together. That's why native speakers sound so fluid. They're not thinking about every single word. They've trained their brains to speak automatically. You can do the same.
And here's something people don't talk about enough. Speaking English daily, even for a few minutes, reduces your fear of making mistakes. Instead of feeling nervous, you begin to enjoy the process. That emotional shift is powerful. It keeps you going.
Another benefit is that you begin to notice patterns. After repeating simple phrases like I usually, I want to, or I have to, your brain starts using them naturally. These patterns become tools you can rely on to speak faster, with less effort.
You'll also start understanding conversations more easily. That's because speaking forces your brain to engage with the language in a deeper way. It's not just passive learning anymore, it's active. And active learning always leads to faster progress.
As your fluency grows, so does your motivation. Every time you say something clearly in English, it's a small victory. These small wins build momentum, and that momentum pushes you to keep practicing, even on days when you feel tired or unmotivated.
And perhaps the most beautiful benefit is connection. When you speak English more confidently, you can connect with people from different places, share your ideas, and express who you really are. That's what language is for. That's what makes it worth it.
Let's break it down into a simple daily routine. Step 1. Choose a small topic, like your morning routine, your favorite food, or something you did yesterday. Keep it simple. You're not writing an essay. You're just choosing something you can talk about easily.
Step 2. Say 3 to 5 sentences about that topic out loud. For example, I wake up at 7, I brush my teeth, then I drink coffee. Speak slowly and clearly. The goal is not to impress anyone, it's to train your brain to speak without stopping or freezing.
Step 3. Repeat those same sentences a few times. You can add a little more detail each time. Maybe the first time is basic, and the second time you include more. I wake up at 7, but sometimes I stay in bed. Then I brush my teeth and drink strong coffee.
Step 4. Change the topic slightly. For example, talk about your evening routine instead. This keeps your practice flexible. You're not memorizing lines. You're training your brain to form real useful sentences. This makes you more adaptable when speaking.
Step 5. Use your phone to record your voice. This might feel uncomfortable, but it's incredibly helpful. You'll notice your progress and also identify words you hesitate on. Over time, you'll become more fluent and more confident in your own speaking voice.
Step 6. Repeat this process 5 days a week. It doesn't have to take long, just 5 to 10 minutes a day. The secret is consistency. Daily practice creates strong speaking habits, and those habits lead to long-term fluency. It's not about perfection, it's about rhythm.
Step 7. Once a week, try a short storytelling practice. Think of a small moment, like what happened at the grocery store or something funny your friend said. Describe it out loud. Storytelling trains your mind to organize ideas and speak in longer sentences.
And finally, step 8. Enjoy the process. Don't focus too much on mistakes. Every time you speak, you're getting better. Celebrate the fact that you're taking action and building a new skill. Speaking English well is a journey, and you're already on the right path.
One of the biggest mistakes learners make is only listening and never speaking. You might watch hours of videos, understand everything, but still struggle to speak. That's because understanding isn't the same as producing. You have to activate the language.
Another mistake is being afraid to make mistakes. People worry so much about grammar or pronunciation that they don't speak at all. But silence doesn't help you improve. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Every time you speak, you learn something.
Some learners focus too much on advanced vocabulary and complicated sentences. But the truth is, fluency doesn't come from using big words. It comes from using simple, useful phrases quickly and clearly. Don't try to sound smart. Just try to sound natural.
Many people also compare themselves to others and feel discouraged. They think, I should be better by now, or why can't I speak like them? But everyone has a different journey. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday.
A common trap is translating in your head before speaking. This slows you down and makes your sentences feel unnatural. Instead, train your brain to think in English by practicing common phrases repeatedly until they come out automatically and smoothly.
Some learners practice too passively. They repeat the same short phrases without pushing themselves. Real progress happens when you challenge your brain to form longer, more complete sentences. Comfort feels safe, but growth happens outside the comfort zone.
Another mistake is waiting for the perfect moment to start speaking. You might think, I'll start when I feel more ready. But the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't come. You get ready by starting imperfectly, awkwardly, but consistently. That's how you grow.
And finally, don't expect fluency overnight. Some people quit because they don't see fast results. But speaking a new language takes time. Be patient with yourself. If you keep showing up and practicing, the results will come. Trust the process. You're improving.
All right, it's challenge time. We want you to speak English today for just 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. Choose a topic, set a timer, and speak out loud without stopping. Don't write anything down. Just speak freely, like you're talking to a friend.
If you feel nervous or stuck, take a deep breath and keep going. The goal is not to sound perfect. It's to build confidence and get your brain used to creating English sentences in real time. Think of it as training your brain like a muscle. Just keep moving.
To make it even easier, record yourself on your phone. Then, listen to the recording once, not to judge yourself, but to notice what you did well and where you hesitated. This simple step gives you awareness and helps track your progress over time.
If you're feeling bold, you can do this challenge every day for 1 week, just 5 minutes a day. At the end of the week, you'll notice you speak faster, you pause less, and your sentences come more naturally. Progress doesn't need to be dramatic, just consistent.
And if you don't know what to talk about, here's an idea. Talk about your day. What did you do this morning? What will you do later? What did you eat? These every day. Topics are perfect for fluency practice because they're realistic and familiar.
Another great idea is to describe a picture. Open a random image on your phone or computer and describe everything you see. Colors, objects, people, actions. This helps you train your brain to think quickly and build vocabulary in a natural way.
You can even challenge a friend to join you. Each of you records a short message in English and sends it to the other. That way, you create a habit and also build accountability. Learning is more fun and more powerful when you do it with someone else.
So here's your challenge. 5 minutes of speaking today. No excuses. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Speak with confidence, even. If it feels strange, remember, the people who improve are the ones who take action. Let's go. You've got this.
So today, we talked about why speaking English feels so difficult sometimes, and how you can break through that barrier. We explained the real reasons behind the struggle, showed you how to practice effectively, gave you a simple challenge, and helped you avoid common mistakes. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to practice with purpose.
And now it's your turn. Tell us in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to speaking English? We'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, it means you're serious about improving your fluency. So write the word speaking in the comments to let us know you're with us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Thanks for learning with us, and we'll see you in the next one.